Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Abusheni, Sanbonani, Dumelang. I hope you've all been keeping well. It has been a minute. Welcome back to everyone who's a returning subscriber. I appreciate you all so much. And for those of you who are new here, a very warm welcome to my channel. So today I want to talk about a few things before I get to the topic for today. So the first thing is where I disappeared to. The second item on the agenda is a brief chat about what I will be doing on the channel for the next 6 months. So it's me, it's you. So that'll be part 2. And then the last piece is the topic for today. And today's topic is called Confessions of a Recovering Shopaholic. So let's get right into it. I've been offline, off social media, probably lasted about 6 weeks, but I haven't posted on YouTube in a minute. It has been apparently 3 months. Yeah, so apparently I last posted on the 31st of March. So it's been 3 months since I've posted, and basically the reason for that was a lot of work commitments. So I knew April and May of this year were going to be very tough, but they ended up being tougher than what I thought. So I was working 16-hour days for I think over 6 weeks. And we were working 6 days a week in the beginning, and then the last 2 to 3 weeks I was working 7 days a week. And 16 hours then became the minimum even. So it was just very tough physically on my body, mentally. So I had to then prioritize resting and whatever else that I needed to do to make sure that I made it out of that process alive. And God willing, we were able to sign. So we signed end of May, and then in June, I've been spending a bit of time resting, bit of time with family, bit of time with my crush. So June really was maybe a bit of a recovery month for me, in terms of getting back on my feet and like a normal tempo. No one should work for, those kind of hours for prolonged periods. So June I was recovering. Then, right at the end of the month of June, I got so sick. I woke up on Monday, this Monday that passed, and I had a fever. And during the day, I can feel like I'm not quite myself and, trying to recuperate and stuff. And by the end of the day, my temperature was 39.5 degrees. I was so panicked. But I managed to see the doctor, get my COVID test, all of that stuff, and getting treatment and stuff. So I've been much better. You can probably still hear I'm not hundreds, but I legit missed you guys so much. I didn't want to spend another day not doing a video. So yeah, super excited to be back. Piece number 2, where to from here. So the amazing thing about taking time off sometimes is you come back with renewed strength, renewed vigor. So I wanted to do so much for the channel this year, and I now feel like I have the energy, the motivation, the drive to do all of the things that I wanted to. So I just wanted to let you guys know that in the second half of this year, so July to December, my focus will be on different topics. So they won't always be finance related. So when I started the channel, the finance actually wasn't the main goal. It's just that I like money. But my main goal, so I'm a career coach, and my main goal was how to help people navigate in their careers. There are people who are absolutely brilliant, but they don't know what are the nuances, what are the things that we should be doing at work to navigate better, to make opportunities more apparent for ourselves and that kind of stuff. So the target was always to be 50% career and 50% finance. And now, as time is going, even that idea for me is evolving. So it's not going to be 50-50 anything. It's going to be 3 or 4 topics at the moment that are moving me professionally and financially. So I want to take all of you on that journey with me, because yes, like when we do well at work, you usually get paid more. You can use some of that money to invest. You can use some of that money to buy your crush, I don't know, tulips or something. Really looking forward to that. And in the next few weeks, I will introduce each topic or segment to you guys so that you are understanding of the vision of where I want those topics to go, why I'm sharing those with you, and for you to have an appreciation of the journey that I want to take you guys on. So I am very, very excited, and I cannot wait. I might laugh a lot during those topics. I think maybe because I managed somehow to get out of it unscathed in terms of having a bit of a habit or an addiction in terms of shopping. But I know for some of you watching this might be something very serious, something that impacts you, finances, your family. So I understand that completely. So I just want to share a bit of my story. The first time I remember having a bit of a shopping problem was in varsity. So at long last, you're out of your parents' house. Sorry, mom. And I got a pocket money from my mother or whatever, and it wasn't anything major, but the fact was I now had control of my money, so I could choose to buy food for this much amount and then leave some over for shopping, because I could do that. So that's kind of how it started. So in varsity, my shoe rack just continued to grow to the point where my mom then actually told me, no, you've got a problem. She would kind of shout at me because she said I had too many shoes. I had more shoes than my mother, who was the person who was feeding me and clothing me. That's crazy. So sometimes I used to do vac work and I'd get paid. So I'd do vac work during the holidays and get 3,000 to 4,000 rands, which as a student was amazing. I was absolutely rolling in the money, and I would use that money to buy things. Shop shoes. I love shoes, love high heels, and even till today I still have a lot of shoes. So that's when I started realizing that I had a bit of a problem, but thought it was super manageable. In the year 2015 or 2016, it was 2016, I was diagnosed with depression, and I really was going through the most. I was getting help, I was going for therapy, I was doing everything that I needed to do, but it's a process and it takes time. You don't get better overnight. And one of the things that I was doing to cope emotionally was shopping. I generally like to dress up, and during that period, I was shopping almost every weekend. And one of my friends likes shopping, so I would always ask her to go with me. Hey, let's go shopping, let's go to Sandton City. We loved Sandton City. And I would buy stuff, continuously buying stuff. And eventually I realized that I wasn't even using some of the stuff that I was purchasing. So it was fun to buy. Heaven knows I wasn't interested in wearing some of the items. Till today, those items sit in a humongous bag probably about that big. That just shows you that it wasn't something that was necessary, because I wasn't even using the stuff. It was nice in the moment, like the idea of I want to look good and stuff like that, but half of it I wasn't even wearing. So I need to make time to get rid of all those things in my closet. I have invited my cousins to come and fetch stuff. So I'm gonna make an effort to get rid of all of those things in the next month or so, because I don't want to be a hoarder, and I realize there are people who are in need and would appreciate those things and love them more than what I can right now, because they're just sitting brand new, so I'm not showing them any love. If you can relate at all to my story, I want us to chat a little bit then about what you can do to try and help yourself. How would you know if this is a problem? So are you shopping casually, just stuff that you need and things that you like, but it's not an obsession? It's not an obsession or an addiction. If you at any point have struggled to pay your bills because you're buying clothes on credit, you are spending more than you're earning due to shopping and sales and all of that, you may need to consider if this is you. So here are a few things then, or signs that you might need to look at it or assess your situation. And number one, you spend beyond your means. So you earn 10,000, but you're spending 13, 14, 15, and most of that extra money is going to shopping, clothes, shoes, whatever, gadgets. Hey, there are many addictions, guys. Number two, you tend to feel guilty about your purchases. You may or may not even hide certain of those items that you're purchasing from your loved ones, so you don't want people to realize that you are buying a whole lot of things. Number three, this is the one that's relatable for me. Some of the stuff that you are purchasing is not even necessary. You are not using it. That is a big red flag. Number four, I think all South Africans who shop at Dis-Chem will relate to this one. Number four, you go to a shop intending to buy 3 or 4 items. That's your shopping list, but you come out with about 20 items. Guys, what is in the Dis-Chem? I don't get that when I go to Peep. Only at Dis-Chem will you come in wanting a lip balm and walk out having spent 1,000 rand. That is the minimum spend at Dis-Chem. I don't know. So, like I said, for me, my wake-up call was realizing how much stuff I was not using. I had that big bag I told you about, and one day I took everything out and I actually saw how much I was spending on things that were not necessary, things that I wasn't even using, things that some of it I barely even liked it. Hey, like it wasn't me. Yeah, but there I was buying hot pants and thigh highs. Okay. What do you need to do if this is you? Number one, critical. If you are doing it on credit, so you've got store cards, you've got an Edgar's, a Foschini, a Markham's, Donna Claire, a whoever, that is the place where you can start. So if you are buying them on store cards, that is a good indicator that you can't afford the stuff that you're buying, and that debt is one of the most expensive debts in terms of short-term credit, is very pricey. So actually ask the owner of that card, the store, how much is the interest that you're paying on those items. You'll see how ridiculously high it is. So one of the first things that you should look at if you're doing any of this on credit is getting rid of those cards. You might not be willing or able to get rid of, your primary credit card, but you can get rid of all the store cards because those are extremely pricey. Number 2, a shopping list. So keeping a shopping list whenever you go out and not going beyond that, whether they're having a 3 for 2 or they're having what, you do find that because of specials, you end up sometimes buying a lot of stuff that you don't need and sometimes don't use. So not saying specials are bad. Obviously, if you do use that item, it is better to stock up when it's on special. But if you're buying a 3 for 2 for stuff that you don't use, you are wasting your money. Number 3, include your loved ones, include your circle, find an accountability partner. I love accountability partners because you are able to share with that person, you know, how things are going and when you need someone to lean on. So please, 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 you don't have to be a soldier. You don't have to do this on your own. Tell your loved ones and they might be able to encourage and help you along your journey. Number 4, so I do this now. So avoiding shops and shopping sites. So before I would browse for things online all the time, and eventually you'll buy something, guys. What are you looking for? Like just looking temptation straight in the eye. Eventually you're going to buy. So the less time that you spend in the malls, less time you spend on online shops, the less you are going to buy. So find a distraction. Don't shoot me. Exercise. Call your crush. Highly recommend that. So find ways to distract yourself. And lastly, if you are someone who acts on impulse, make it harder for you to access your money. So the money that is in a notice account or elsewhere, it's not in current, is not as easy to spend. So if you are automating things and keeping money safe, you're not at high risk of spending it on impulse. So guys, I can't wait to hear from you. Who of you is like me, recovering, or you're even at step 1, accepting that there is something to be addressed? Can't wait to hear from you guys. What are your thoughts? Is this something that you think you can overcome? I'm so absolutely happy that I did over the years, and all that extra money I now am able to invest, and having something for tomorrow, building a net worth. I had a whole lot of clothes, but I didn't have a net worth. That's crazy. So tell me, and I can't wait honestly guys for my new segments. Keep well, keep safe, keep warm, and wishing you all the best. I know we are absolutely blessed each day that we are living, and everything that's happening now has just crystallized that. Thank you so much for watching. I saw today we are 555 subscribers strong. Hopefully we'll be able to get to that community mark of 1,000 very soon. Thank you so much. Stay blessed. Thank you.